The TrimSplit 3D Curves command trims or splits a 3D curve using a selected tool. The first thing we do is select the curve that we'd like to trim. I'll select this curve here, and then we choose the tool. Note we can use solid geometry like this, or surface geometry, or we can use another 3D curve. For example, if I select on this curve, you can see now one side has got a little bit lighter, the other side stayed dark, so the dark side is the side that we'll keep. And we can now toggle to flip the direction if we'd like to keep the other side, for example. Or we can also toggle to split the curve. Now the difference here, when you split the curve, it'll just create a point in the 3D curve instead of actually cutting it. To start though, I'm just going to use the standard option where we won't split the curve, and we'll leave the direction as is. Then I'll hit OK. As you can see, it's now trimmed that 3D curve. Now let's go ahead and do the same thing up here with this block, but this time we'll split the curve. So that's the curve. The tool is going to be this face of the block, and instead of keeping one side or the other, I'm going to split the curve. And now that I've done that, you can see if I delete my block, I can zoom in and see, if I edit this 3D curve, there is now a point there that's been created with the split. You can see that point. I can stretch it out here and show the point that was created by splitting it there. Because the rest of the curves are spline, so you can see when we stretch the rest of the curve, we're going to get spline behavior where it's pulling the curve around. But that's actually a split in the curve there. So that's, instead of trimming it, it splits it and creates a split point in the curve, but actually leaves both sides of the curve. And then we can actually manage each side separately in the Edit 3D Curve command. So if we wanted to, we could still delete one side like that. That's how to use the TrimSplit 3D Curves command.